Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Apuborama, and in today's video, we are going to be breaking into this week's deals and discounts for Grand Theft Auto Online. I'm gonna be honest, this week isn't the best, but it's also not bad. It's kind of goofy. We don't have any bonus money on businesses, but we do have some extra cash on dispatch work, which we'll be breaking into after we get through the discounts and 2 new vehicles being added into the game, which is why I'm driving a police car. We have 2 new police cars which will be arriving, which is kind of cool, I guess. They're already basically just reskinned variants of cars we have in the game, and we can see them right in front of me. We have the Dominator FX and as well the Impaler LX Cruiser. So this here is the Dominator, and it's obviously based off of what appears to be a Fox body Mustang. Honestly, I kind of like the 90s style Mustangs. I think they're cool. They're obviously not the best era of Mustang, but they still look pretty sweet, and this thing's got a lot of customization going for it. You can see here just one of the many ways you can design and overall choose how you want this vehicle to look. It's actually got really good handling. That's something I love about this type of vehicle. Of course, I say that as I smash into a wall, but it's got pretty good handling for a muscle car, but it is in the emergency class, as all of the police cruiser vehicles are. Something that I've pointed out many times in the past, but if you do plan on buying any of the cop cars, they do not have any resale value. So we can see as a resale value of $0. Keep that in mind, because it's going to absolutely screw you if you think, gee, I want some money, and then you can't sell it. So yeah, that is something that you're going to have to keep in mind about these vehicles. The good news is you can still sell them, but absolutely sucks you can't sell them for any money. Now, I actually really like the look of the Impaler Cruiser. This thing looks sick. It's kind of like you got a drug car and turned it into a police vehicle. I personally would probably not have the tire on the back of this vehicle, but I do like the design it has going for it. I don't think this is going to be my go-to police car, but it is still pretty dang quick for what it is, and it's got better handling than you would expect. I don't know if it's going to be any better or worse than the normal Impaler in terms of handling, and the Impaler is pretty mediocre in general, so I guess we'll have to see. But at least Rockstar has put their own little spin on these vehicles and made it so you can put some new customization on them. As I said, the big disappointment is the price tag. The Dominator FX, you're looking at $4.5 million, and the Impaler right here is $4.7 million. And we can see that if we take a look at Warstock Cash and Carry. I have both vehicles modded into the game. So we can see the Dominator FX here, $4.9 million by it now, $3.7 million with the trade, and the LX here, $4.8 million and $3.6 with the trade. So pretty expensive, which is actually kind of ridiculous. I guess actually the numbers I had there were wrong. I got my numbers from GTA Men's video, but it looks like those are actually wrong from what the actual numbers are going to be. This is the Clique, which is a pretty cool vehicle. It's actually one of the best muscle cars in the game in general. It's got great handling and a very good top speed. So if you're wanting a pretty solid muscle car, this is a very good shout. Plus, I just love the design and overall look it has going for it. The Clique is just really fun to mess around with, and it's also pretty dang inexpensive for the most part. It is normally $900,000. This week you can get it for $640,000, so that's actually really nice, and I have no complaints about this. We have one supercar for sale this week, and it's nothing special. It's the Entity XF. It's actually interesting to see Rockstar having such an old vehicle for sale, but I guess it's nice to give some love to some of the older vehicles. The XF, it's honestly pretty mediocre. I mean, it's cool looking. I love myself a Koenigsegg, which is always unique, but unfortunately it really just doesn't stand up to a lot of the newer supercars. But it is fairly inexpensive, normally at $800,000. This week you can get it for $550,000 because of the 30% discount. So it's very inexpensive. I can tell you for a fact that if you're looking for a decent deal on a supercar and one that just looks really unique, this is a pretty good shout to go for. As I said though, not much customization, no liveries, and nothing great in terms of performance. And that's really the downside you're going to find with a lot of the older supercars. I wish Rockstar would spend some time each update and adding new liveries and designs for a lot of the older vehicles. Now, this is probably my favorite vehicle of all the discounted ones this week, which is the Walton L35. Why? I mean, just look at it. This thing is a freaking beast. I don't know exactly what it's based off of. Looks to me like kind of an old Chevy pickup. But this thing is epic at off-roading. I made a whole video off-roading with it when it was released a couple months ago. And, I mean, this vehicle is just a beast. You would think it's very prone to flipping over, but it's actually not. It's surprisingly good on its overall handling, and it's just really fun to mess around with in general. I really love this vehicle, and it's really fun to use. So yeah, the Walton L35, it's a good shout. Normally it's $1.7 million. This week you can get it for $1.2 million, so it is a bit of a discount. I'm not going to say it's anything insane. And yeah, in terms of performance, you're not really getting anything out of this world. You can probably buy a Canis Camacho or even a Canis Terminus, and they will do better. But I just really like the way this vehicle looks. I think Rockstar did a good job on the overall design, so it's a fun vehicle to mess around with. And that brings us to the final and definitely best deal of the bunch for this week, which is the Cinque Mila, which is an absolutely incredible car. It's a 4-seater, which makes it very nice for messing around with, and it is one of the best sedans in the game. It's the second fast in terms of top speed, only slightly beaten out by the Schafter V12 Armored. This thing goes over 125 miles per hour. That is really impressive. It sounds amazing because it's obviously based off a Maserati, and it looks amazing. This car has great liveries. This is without even a livery on it, and it still looks amazing. So I really, really like this car. I think it's a great vehicle to mess around with from Rockstar, and I would definitely recommend to pick up this car, especially because it's normally only $1.7 million, so this week you can get it for $1.2 million. That's a really good deal, so I would definitely recommend to pick up the Cinque Mila. That brings us to the double money and how you can make some extra cash. Well, we have double money and times 4 RP on stunt races. Races usually don't have too much popularity on PC. I don't know how they are on console, but yeah, it's not going to be great for earning money. Earning RP, they might be pretty good, but even then, you need to get a full lobby to actually earn some good money in RP. So in general, a little bit disappointing. I wish it was like old 2017 GTA where race lobbies were filled up when stunt races were first added into the game. Apart from racing, what else do we have? Well, double money on junk energy time trials, which is kind of cool. I would definitely say to do a couple junk energy time trials if you want to get some extra cash. And we also have double money on RC time trials, which means you can earn, what, $200,000 from an RC time trial? It's pretty good. Might actually be a good reason to go pull out your RC car and mess around with those time trials to earn just a teeny bit of extra money. And the final thing we have is dispatch work. Doing dispatch work for Vincent is going to earn you a lot of extra cash. Not only are you going to get around the $20,000 you normally would from dispatch work, but you're also going to get $100,000 extra for doing your first job, which is really nice. If you do 3 jobs in total, you'll get $200,000 extra. And if you do 6 jobs in total, you are going to get $300,000 in extra. So you're not getting $500,000 added together. It's a $300,000 payout if you do 6 jobs. That's how much it is. So it's $100,000 when you do 1, $100,000 when you do 3, and $100,000 when you do 6. Plus the $20,000 you've gotten from each job, which is an additional, what, $180,000, $90,000? So you're actually looking at around $500,000 for very little work. That's really, really nice. If you pair that with the RC time trial, you're looking at around $600,000-$700,000. That's actually pretty solid money. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this week for GTA. Are you excited? Are you disappointed? It's definitely a little disappointing when you don't have any bonus on, a business or something like that. But I guess it's still some extra cash. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.